There is a version of you already living in the marriage you pray for. They wake up beside the love you desire. They walk in the warmth you dream of, and they carry a quiet confidence you've been searching for your entire life. Today you're going to step into that version and watch the marriage you want run toward you. The marriage you want is not somewhere outside of you, floating in chance, waiting for luck or timing to align. The marriage you desire is already alive in the invisible world of your inner being, calling you, pulling you, wanting you even more than you want it. You are not chasing a relationship. You are awakening to the identity of the person who is worthy, ready, and aligned for that sacred union. When you shift who you are on the inside, the outer world has no choice but to follow. Everything starts shifting the moment you claim this truth. The marriage I want is already mine in spirit. Now I am stepping into the identity that matches it. You see, life responds not to your wishes, but to your assumptions about yourself. If you see yourself as someone waiting, hoping, lacking, then you live in a vibration that reflects waiting, hoping, and lacking. But when you step into the identity of someone who is already chosen, already valued, already loved in the deepest way, then love comes, marriage comes, commitment comes, not because you forced it, but because you finally aligned with the version of yourself who naturally receives it. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this. The version of you who is already married to the right person. Notice their posture, their confidence, their gentle ease. They are not anxious. They are not questioning whether they're lovable. They are not wondering if someone will pick them. They move with certainty, because the love they wanted has already embraced them fully. That energy, that identity is your key. It's not a fantasy. It's a blueprint. It's your future self calling you home. Too often, we sabotage our own blessings by holding on to identities that contradict our desires. We say we want a loyal partner, yet we hold on to an identity wounded by betrayal. We want a committed relationship, yet we see ourselves as someone love walks away from. We want a marriage filled with peace, yet we identify as someone who has to fight for love. You cannot receive a marriage that contradicts who you believe yourself to be. That's why inner identity is everything. The marriage you want already exists in the psychological realm, and it is reaching out for you, but you must meet it halfway by stepping into the identity of someone who belongs there. Not the identity of the rejected version of you, not the fearful version, not the insecure version, but the elevated version of you who is ready to receive without doubt. You must begin to tell a different story about yourself. Instead of saying, maybe marriage isn't for me, you say, marriage has been waiting for me. Instead of thinking, what if they don't choose me? You affirm, the right person feels chosen by choosing me. Instead of living in fear of being left, you step into the identity of someone who is kept, honored, valued, and desired. Identity is not something life assigns you. Identity is something you choose. If you want a marriage full of love, stability, and passion, you must first become the version of yourself who expects that naturally. You must walk like someone who knows love is coming. Speak like someone who knows commitment is destined. Think like someone who knows marriage is not a question. It is a certainty already written in spirit. The energy of the marriage you want is powerful. It is not weak or distant. It is actively searching for you. It is shaping circumstances, guiding people, shifting timelines, opening invisible doors. Because the moment you created the desire, the universe created its fulfillment. Desire is not empty. Desire is instruction. Desire is destiny speaking through you. But destiny only becomes reality when identity aligns with it. You cannot walk into a marriage of peace while carrying an identity of pain. You cannot manifest a committed partner while believing you are harder to love than others. You cannot enter a relationship built on mutual respect if deep inside you don't respect yourself. Identity is the foundation upon which love is built. So today you are choosing a new identity. You are choosing to become the version of you who already has the marriage you want. Not tomorrow, not next year, not when someone calls, texts, or proposes. Now here, in this moment. Walk as though you are already loved. Speak as though someone is already committed. Think as though your home is already filled with warmth. Act as though love is already yours. Because it is. This is not pretending. This is not delusion. This is spiritual alignment. Everything you see around you was once invisible. Air before form, energy before matter, identity before reality. So when you step into the identity of the married version of you, you draw the outer experience toward you like a magnet. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning as the version of you already living that marriage. How would you move? What would you wear? How would you talk to yourself? How would you carry your energy? When you start embodying that version daily, small shifts happen first. In your confidence, in your boundaries, in your voice, then bigger shifts happen in how people treat you, in who approaches you, in the love that gravitates toward you. You stop tolerating what lowers your spirit. You stop chasing those who cannot love you. You stop accepting the bare minimum. Because the person who is already married in spirit refuses to live like someone who is still waiting. When your identity shifts, your attraction shifts, your standards shift, your energy shifts, and those shifts are what draw the marriage you want straight into your path. People can sense when you are connected to your higher identity. They feel your certainty. They sense your worth. They recognize your magnetism. And the one meant for you, the one whose soul is tied to your destiny, feels pulled toward you more than ever. The truth is, the marriage you want is not sitting still. It is reaching out. It is calling your name. It wants you even more strongly than you want it because it already exists in the non-physical realm, waiting for you to rise into alignment with it. Your role is simple. Become the identity that belongs in the blessing you seek. You become someone who believes in the power of love. Someone who knows commitment is natural. Someone who understands they are worthy of loyalty and devotion. Someone who is prepared emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and energetically. Someone who stands tall, knowing that marriage is not something they chase. It is something they attract. When you step into this identity, you stop begging the universe and start partnering with it. You stop questioning timing and start trusting alignment. You stop stressing about whether someone will stay and start trusting that the right person will arrive, because the identity you wear is irresistible to the destiny that belongs to you. Your future home is waiting. Your future partner is evolving right now. The threads of your timelines are already weaving closer together. Every moment you embody your higher identity, you accelerate that union. Every time you affirm your worth, you shorten the distance. Every time you believe instead of doubt, you signal to the universe that you are ready. Do not underestimate the power of identity. When your inner world says, "I am chosen," life responds, "Yes, you are." When your inner world says, "I am loved," life reflects that love back to you. When your inner world says, "I am a wife," or "I am a husband," life begins arranging the circumstances for that truth to materialize. The marriage you want is already sealed spiritually. Now it is waiting for you to match its frequency. And you do that not by waiting, wishing, or wanting, but by transforming your identity into the version of you who already has it. So step into that identity now. Walk like someone whose love story is already written. Think like someone whose union is protected. Feel like someone whose marriage is destined. And watch how the world bends to honor your new self. Because the marriage you want wants you even more. And once you rise into the identity that belongs to it, nothing on earth can stop it from becoming your reality. The marriage you desire is not a distant dream, but a living reality in the invisible realm, already shaped and waiting for your inner alignment. When you understand that life responds to your inner assumptions, you stop feeling separated from what you want and begin to feel connected to it. This shift creates a powerful bridge between your present self and your fulfilled self. Every thought, every feeling, every quiet expectation becomes a thread that pulls this reality closer. When you hold the belief that your marriage is already formed in spirit, you stop doubting and start embodying certainty. You walk with an energy that says you are ready, deserving, and aligned. This inner knowing becomes the invitation that your future marriage has been waiting for, drawing it from the unseen into the seen with unstoppable momentum. The identity you carry within is the foundation upon which all your relationships are built, and it determines the quality of love you attract. If you see yourself as someone chosen, valued, and cherished, the world reflects that identity back to you with people and experiences that match it. When you step into the version of you who is already loved, your energy changes and people feel that shift instantly. You begin to act with confidence rather than fear, openness rather than hesitation, and certainty rather than doubt. This upgraded identity becomes magnetic to the partner who resonates with your worth. By becoming the future version of yourself now, you create a pathway for love to reach you effortlessly. Your inner identity becomes the silent announcement that you are ready for the marriage meant for you. The feeling of being loved is the signal the universe listens to most clearly, and when you assume that feeling, your reality begins to align with it. You no longer wait for someone to make you feel chosen, because you already carry that feeling within you. This inner emotional state becomes a vibration that shapes your outer world with precision. Instead of longing, you feel fulfilled. Instead of anxiety, you feel peace. Instead of questioning, you feel secure. These emotions form the atmosphere of your future marriage, long before the person appears. As you hold the feeling of being in a committed union, life begins organizing itself according to that assumption. Soon circumstances, conversations, and even unexpected blessings begin to match that emotional truth. Your future marriage is not passive. It is active energy that tries to reach you, but it can only meet the identity you embody. When you stand in doubt, it stays just beyond your reach. When you stand in certainty, it moves toward you rapidly. Life responds to clarity, not confusion, and when you clearly identify yourself as someone who belongs in a beautiful marriage, the universe moves pieces you cannot see. Your partner feels a pull in their heart without knowing why. Paths cross, timing aligns, and opportunities appear because your identity has signaled readiness. The marriage that seemed far becomes close the moment your inner world becomes a match to it. Your identity is the doorway through which your future union enters the physical world. You cannot enter a new chapter with an old identity, and the version of you wounded by the past cannot carry the energy required for the marriage you want. The moment you let go of pain, betrayal, and fear, you make room for the love that matches your true worth. By releasing the old emotional baggage, you step back into your power, stronger, clearer, and more aligned. Your healed identity naturally expects loyalty, devotion, and respect, because you finally see yourself as someone deserving of them. This shift changes the people you attract and the behavior you tolerate. You no longer settle for almost love or half effort. Instead, you rise into your rightful emotional standard. The marriage you desire becomes possible the moment you let go of the version of you that no longer serves your future. The more you embody your married identity, the faster your physical world begins to rearrange itself to match that inner truth. When you think like someone committed, you make decisions from a place of confidence rather than insecurity. You begin to carry the calmness of someone who knows love is already theirs. These inner shifts influence your behavior, your conversations, your expectations, and even your body language. People respond to you differently because you are radiating the energy of someone who belongs in a healthy union. The universe recognizes this new identity and responds by accelerating the events that lead you to your partner. This embodiment becomes the catalyst that transforms days, choices, and opportunities into the stepping stones of your marriage journey. You no longer need to chase marriage or try to force someone to choose you, because your energy naturally attracts the partner aligned with your destiny. When you radiate self-worth, the right person feels drawn toward you, without effort or pressure. You stop begging for attention because you know attention is naturally yours. You stop chasing love because you understand love flows toward alignment, not desperation. As your energy becomes calm, grounded, and self-assured, people sense a depth within you that makes them want to stay. Your presence becomes magnetic, and the one meant for you feels an undeniable pull. You attract not through fear, but through confidence, not through effort, but through alignment. When you affirm, "I am already chosen," you give the universe permission to deliver what has always been meant for you. This inner belief removes the blocks created by fear, doubt, and impatience. You begin to operate from a place of faith rather than worry, allowing your future marriage to unfold naturally. This statement shifts your inner dialogue, stabilizing your emotions and elevating your energy. Every part of your being begins to align with commitment, love, and partnership. Life mirrors this belief through people who respect you, moments that surprise you, and opportunities that guide you. The universe's timing becomes perfect because your inner world is finally in harmony with the marriage written for you.